Alright, I just told Tom to turn the camera on because we were ready to do a reaction video, but we got a little discussion before this, and it's all about what just transpired. Here, Joe saw the video.
I saw the video earlier today.
About the
firewood.
The firewood behind Tom's car. Tom, you know what? Get over here.
Are we really doing this now?
Yep.
Seems like it. Might as well do it in front of everybody.
Yeah.
Alright.
Pinch my fingers.
Alright.
Man, yeah.
So here's the scoop, guys. Tom, let's start from the beginning. You say exactly what you said off camera.
Okay, well what I had said is that you had told me to move the firewood. You didn't tell me exactly when I had to move the firewood by, so I just figured, alright, well I'll do it on my own terms. But apparently the semantics didn't mesh.
No, I get that, but I told you like, what, 6 weeks ago, 7 weeks ago?
And what was 6 weeks ago? The beginning of winter. It was cold. It was December.
Right,
The ground was frozen.
Right, we're in the depth of winter now. So I mean, if my dad would tell me to move the wood, I would know it needed to be moved by wintertime. In his defense, but like Tom was saying earlier, he doesn't want to do it while it's cold out, right?
And you had not told me to do it until like a couple days right before your surgery, which was like the day before the first day of winter.
No, I get that, but what about the last couple days? The last couple days have been in the 60s, and you didn't move.
Well, the one day I had the plans, which, again, is the whole thing with this anyway. Okay, there's one other nice day, but
the weather before was nice.
The weather didn't even say that it was supposed to be that good that day. It just kind of was.
In Tom's defense, though, who's going to get a 60-degree day in February, right? He's probably not thinking about it. Right, so I mean, he's got plans to hang out with his friends, go have a fun time. He's not stuck here with you, making your soup and lunch and stuff. He hasn't taken care of you.
No, I get that. I understand. No, I understand that on that day that he had his plans. That's why I put it behind there, because I wanted to remind him. He was supposed to move this 6 weeks ago, but he didn't do it, right? But the day before that was beautiful outside. And you sit there and say you don't know about the weather, but the weather was saying it was supposed to be beautiful that day. You just didn't watch the weather. Okay, well, there are a couple other reasons for that. For one, remember when we had that really, really bad cold snap?
Yeah, cold vortex.
You put some PVC pipes so that for the water drainage for our water system directly across the lawn. I can't put the wheelbarrow over that.
It would break it in the brittle weather.
It wasn't permanently attached. All you had to do is unattach. Why
no, but you are very much like, this is the way that this has to be done. If it gets changed and done in any different way, it's not good.
You could have said
that.
You could have said something to me that day, like, Dad, today's beautiful outside. I could move the wood. Be like, oh, okay, let me just move the PVC pipe for you.
Right, but I mean, in his defense, would he even think to move it? Like, he doesn't know how to move the PVC pipe. I wouldn't know how to do that. You're a handy guy. We are not handy guys, so I can see what he's saying.
Exactly.
And you wheel a wheelbarrow over on a colder day, it's going to break that pipe and make everything worse, right?
No.
But I understand his point. You mentioned this before you had your surgery, right? Since you had your surgery, as I just said, he's been taking care of you. He has been here nonstop, right? Making you dinner, making you lunch. Well, maybe not dinner, but making you lunch, hanging out with you, kind of helping you out when you needed help, when you were super gimped up, right?
Super gimped.
Well, you were super gimped. You couldn't even stand up for a while. Your knee was bad. We did that one video with Michael here, and you could barely stand up for 2 hours.
Right.
So he's helping you out all the time. Not to mention the stuff he's got to put up with us and the channel, doing all the editing, putting all the videos out. I can kind of see where he's coming from, where it wasn't on the forefront of his mind.
So when you tell your kids to do something, if they don't do it, then it's okay?
Well, no, it's different.
It's not that I wasn't going to do it. I was going to do it just when it was later. You didn't give me a timetable. I was going to do it.
Yeah, well, I can see your point, Tom, but let's be honest.
Besides, anyway, there's firewood right outside the back door anyway. There's like a stack of it. So there's plenty of this just there. The more needed to be moved there. That was you before your surgery, yes.
No, since my surgery, I've been putting wood back there. I go out there every so many days and I get some wood and I put it by the back door.
Did you ever ask me to move it for you? Because I would have.
Yeah, but as a dad, I get it. Like, you don't want to have to constantly remind your son to do things that you asked him to do once. And it's wintertime. When you see the wood being burned here, I do kind of see his point where we were out here, the other day we were playing Mario Kart, and the fire was going. Like, he asked you to grab wood from right outside, so the wood it's there. It's not that you forgot about the wood. You know what I mean? Like, it's, okay, like that would remind me, I had to go grab that wood pile from over there. You don't want him walking around on the grass with all the mole holes and all the trenches there. You twist his knee again and be all messed up.
Right. And again, if he had just asked, I would have gone and got wood and moved it over to there. Like, just taking like one load of wood out to the back.
That's what I'm talking about. It's like, should I have to always say to him, like Tom, go move the wood?
I'm not the one who starts the fire, so I don't know when you need more firewood.
No, I'm not talking about when I need firewood. I'm talking about when to go see firewood. Do you have a fireplace at your house?
No, I used to. I used to have a wood burning stove.
But you know that if you have a pile like we have out there, right, and if there's moisture in it, it's going to stay there, other than the tarp on it, right? But it's going to dry out very slowly. But if you stack it, it dries out fast.
Very fast because airflow going into it. Yeah.
So that's why I wanted it stacked over here. We got it back the week before I went to surgery, and I went out there and I showed him exactly, and I put the wheelbarrow there, and I said, got to be moved back to over here. And now you're saying because I didn't give you a timeline, I didn't tell you, okay, Tom, I need this by January 1st. That it's.
Well, you could have said a couple weeks, because at that point, just be like, okay, then I know it needs to be moved. I know it's to be moved soon. But when it gets bitter cold, I'm not going to want to go outside and move firewood for hours.
Yeah, but that's why you do it before it's bitter cold time. I mean, when you're having fire.
But there's the kicker. There wasn't enough time. Like, the day he told me was, again, the day, right before winter.
Yeah, but I remember the day he had his surgery, because Nat had his surgery the same day. Oh, no, that was for your elbow. But it was pretty warm out that day.
That was back in the summertime.
Yeah. So I messed that one. So that argument doesn't hold.
Yeah, that doesn't hold. No, but the whole thing comes down to me is like I asked him once, right?
Yeah.
To do it, and then I came another time and I said something to you, and I hadn't said anything for a while.
So you reminded me a second time?
It was cold, and there was a lot of frost on the ground. There was snow several days. The PVC pipe blocking off half of the lawn.
So I get not doing it that day, but he reminded me, it should have been again.
But here's what I don't understand. It's like I plow it behind his car, and it's like instead of going to move it back there, he just moves it aside just so he can get out.
Yeah, but he's getting ready to go out and hang out with his friends.
Guys, I'm going to have to be leaving out the plans, My dad decided to just pile up a bunch of firewood behind my car, and, he wanted me to move it behind all the way out to the backyard, so I'll be doing that for the next 4 or 5 hours. Sorry, guys, can't hang out. Oh, well.
So he doesn't get a chance to hang out with his friends all that often, right? And he made plans to go hang out, but I get him not doing it right that second.
And you had known about the plan several days in advance.
Yeah, and then I had to go move it because it was supposed to rain today.
Well, so that's a bad thing, too. So what you could have done...
I mean, I didn't make him move it behind my car.
No, but that's besides the point. That's where you're at, and this is the difference between father and son, I think, is the way you should have thought about it was, okay, he's hurt. I don't want to have him tarp it. Let me move it in one big pile. I can tarp it and then leave. And you would have spent the same amount of time doing it and still could have had a tarp where he didn't have to move it with his hurt knee. Because he twists his knee one time in a mole hole, he's going to have surgery. He's done. All his crap.
I mean, again, I didn't make him move the wood, so you didn't have to move it all behind my car. I don't even know why he did that in the first place.
I think he did it because it was nice out. I think, it was nice out too. You want to get outside.
But I thought it'd be really kind of funny. I'll put it all back there, and then Tom will come out to his car and be like, "Oh crap, I didn't move the wood."
Yeah, but you could have just said,
"Hey, because the wheelbarrow was right there too." Kind of like, "Here's the wheelbarrow, move the wood."
Yeah, but you could have just said, "Hey, Tom, it's going to rain tomorrow. I really want to get this wood moved. Would you mind doing it before you left?" And the night before you get to him, and then he could have gotten up an hour or two earlier. Not even. It would probably take you an hour. Got up an hour earlier, taking care of the wood. And
an hour earlier, really?
Maybe 2 hours. I mean.
Yeah, that's a little too much wood to take care of in just 1 hour. Maybe even 2.
No, I'm going on the premise that
and get up earlier. Well, he's younger. You're right. You do kind of sleep in. I mean, kids your age.
I do sleep in.
Kids, people your age, you just tend to sleep in a lot.
I do.
Which I don't understand. No bird gets to worm.
But not as bad as some people. I'll say that.
But
you're not as bad.
But you don't have a whole lot to do. You don't have nothing to do, really.
No. That actually brings me up to another thing, though. You had taken out the trash that day.
Yeah, because you didn't take out the trash, and the lid was stuck up because
I was asleep. I would have taken care of it after I had woken up.
Or you could take care of it the night before because it was probably full when you went to bed, right?
But
I don't know. It might have been filled up a little more.
But you do realize that people are going to be like, "Well, Tom, you don't have a job. You don't do anything."
No, well,
I wouldn't have taken the trash out the next day.
First of all, that's not a fair argument either because he does a lot, and you know he does a lot. He does all the editing. Right, we already told you, he has to put up with us when we're here filming. He films with you guys when I'm not here. You guys do the reaction videos and you do all the filming and stuff. It's not like it's easy, and he's taking care of you. Now you're a little bit better now. I get it. I see what you're saying. You're a little bit better now, But you have to see things from his perspective too. He does a lot. This editing the videos that we do take a long time. It's not like it's when you do the editing and it's super easy. You just gotta start it and then
What are you
end
trying
it.
to say? I don't know how to edit.
I'm not saying that at all. But we've had discussion about you editing, and you do most of the videos where there's not really much editing in the middle. It's just you want to start it here, you want to end it here, right? Or you cut a few
I don't
clips
know.
together.
I don't know how to do the stuff that he does.
Right. So he's busting his butt all the time doing that. You can't get on him for not doing anything because he's doing a lot.
No, I understand. But it's just like when you give somebody a job to do.
You're right, and
because I'm used to that. That's how I grew up. My dad gave me a job to do. You did it.
yeah, but you also got the belt if you didn't. Times are different back then. You know what I mean? Like
I need to bring out the belt.
I think now it's a little bit past that point. Maybe if he brought it out when he was younger.
That he would have
Maybe.
moved to firewood.
Would you have been to firewood when you were 22 years old? Are you 22?
23.
23 years
When
old?
I was 23, if I lived in my mom and dad's house, yes.
You sure? Because I think I remember you at 23, you had a little
As
bit of an
much as
attitude.
you hate the cold, as much as you absolutely hate going outside when it's below
He
50,
does get that from you. You can't deny that.
No,
Here's a good point.
I really can't. I can't.
Because he gets that from you.
Yeah.
You hate the cold.
But it wasn't cold the last couple days. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but it's not on the forefront of his mind. You know what I mean?
So in other words, what you're saying is that when it got warm, I should have just said to you,
if you reminded me, I might have at least started.
Well, if he reminded you, you should have just gotten it done, not at least started. Right? You should have just done it.
Semantics, beside the point.
anyway, guys,
It's not, though. It's not semantics.
we could just keep going around in this.
Well, here's the basis of it is, guys, is father and sons don't communicate the best, obviously.
No.
I see what you were doing. I thought it was funny what you did. I also
It
thought it was
didn't
funny,
work though.
but I thought it was funny what Tom did. Now, the typical
Smart.
young punk move almost.
Yeah.
I saw both sides. I found humor on both.
Yeah, not even just to move it to the side and move out, but then he puts it behind my tires. Like kind of a slap in the face saying, no, this is what you should have
I
done.
wouldn't take it. You're taking it too. It's not a slap in the face. I think it's saying, "Hey, you tried to prank me. Now I got you." You know what I mean? Like I think that was funny. What you should have done, Tom, though, is not put it on the driver's side. You should just put it on the passenger side.
It was kind of more about
Kids
making a point at that point, because he had already moved it all behind my car, so just like, hey,
so you weren't
this
trying
would have been a better idea. You should have done this.
So he wasn't trying
So
to
it
get
was
you.
a slap in the face, just like
It
I
was.
said.
It was
A
more
little
slap in the
bit,
face.
yeah.
It wasn't. He wasn't trying to get you back. He was trying to slap you in the face.
Yeah. Well, anyway,
How did that taste, by the way?
it tasted real great. But anyway, Tom,
Did it 'cause he
Tom
spanked
still
you?
has to move the firewood.
I understand that I still have to move the firewood. The firewood will be moved.
So let's why don't we
worry
set a time frame right now, guys? of
Tom, how
when-
much time do you need to move the firewood?
It's 1 yard of firewood.
1 yard.
Is that what you said?
It's a cord.
Oh, of course. I don't have firewood. anymore.
CHORD.
I know what a
We'll
cord
talk
is.
about that later.
It's a
All right.
CORD.
It's probably CORD. A
think
chord that you spell is
Yeah.
what we know about because
It's
we
like-
play music.
Yeah.
Or piano. He's musical. You're not.
I think it's without an H.
You get that from your mom,
Yeah.
not from him.
But regardless, when are you going to have it moved by? End of February?
Now, you need to have it moved by before winter because you need the wood now.
Yeah.
I saw your stack out there. It's not.
Well,
Your stack.
we use it out for the fire pit too.
That's true. But your stack is. I mean, your stack used to be way bigger back in the day. Now it's getting a little shriveled up.
What are you trying to say?
Old age sometimes it happens.
That's messed up.
It's cold out, dude.
Yo, but I can't believe that it's like
It's shrinkage.
and you as a parent should know. Like if you told your kid clean up your toys,
Yeah,
right?
but we're talking about two different
It
things.
will
He
get
is
done.
20.
No,
30
wait a second, Tom. I want to hit Joe on this for a second because it's like if you told your kids to clean up the toys because they left a mess in say the living room, right?
And they're
Or
playing.
whatever, the playroom, and you told them to clean it up, and they didn't clean it up because they didn't understand what you meant. You literally have to tell them you clean it up by tomorrow. You have to literally say that to your kids.
I just tell them to clean it up now, but they're 7 years old and 5 years old and 2 years
No, I
old.
understand that,
But you're right. Maybe he brings a good point. Does he have to tell you? You are 23, Tom. Does he have to tell you exactly when you need to have it done, or should you just say, "Okay, I know I need to get this done. Let me just get it done now." While it wasn't that cold, because we've had a lot of warm days between when he had his surgery and today.
Yeah.
And had that many.
We've had enough where
Yeah.
you probably could have gotten a good
I think
chunk of it done.
my whole thing was when I told him that it was basically because while I'm rehabilitating, I wanted him to take care of the firewood, so I didn't have to do it, and I wanted it to be dried out.
Yeah,
completely by
no.
now.
So there was 2 points. It wasn't just having it
Right.
dried out. You wanted to make sure that
And maybe I should have just said, Tom, by the time I'm ready, that I can do it myself.
I would like
I
you
would
to have
like
it
to have
done.
it done.
That would have helped, yes.
Right? Yeah.
So I think that I think we've really come to a great not compromise, but a good conclusion here that both of you guys were wrong.
Well, thank you, Dr. Phil.
The only one right was this guy right here, who has 2 thumbs and was right.
Yeah.
This guy.
All right, guys.
I appreciate the Dr. Phil comment.
Yeah.
Compliment. I'll take it.
Yeah, it still doesn't make me happy.
You're still mad.
Well, it still doesn't make me happy, about
All right,
the whole
look,
thing.
it happened. It is what it is,
Yeah.
right? And I get it. I think that by you moving it out, Tom, I do think it was a slap in his face. I get what you did. I think it was humorous. It's hard to say, man. I kind of
It's funny because he thinks it's humorous. If it was his kid doing it to him, he wouldn't think it was.
My kid's at 23. You're right. If my kid
I'm
was
just
23.
saying, we'd be switched right now, and I'd be sitting
If
there.
my
right?
kid was 23, I'd probably be a lot more mad
Right.
about it. But as a 7-year-old, they're 7. They do stuff like that.
So you're
Right.
gonna move the firewood?
The firewood will get moved.
See?
There you go, guys. You
How
heard
bad?
it live here.
Is it live though? They won't be watching it live.
Well, you heard it here. It's not live.
First. You heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Tom is going to move the firewood. We've come to an agreement on this.
See, I'm glad that I was here to mediate this situation.
Yeah.
Easy, easy. Tom's not even scared of you.
Oh, he's flinchy.
It didn't look flinchy to me. He didn't move yet. He still doesn't move.
All right,
I'm
guys.
flinching more than he is.
Till next time, grab yourself something cold to drink. Put your feet up and relax. We'll meet you at the lounge.
What are you doing?
Oh, I forgot to drink. If this lands straight up, then Tom has to do the wood tomorrow.
The computer got in the way.
No.
But mine landed straight up.
No,
The
then.
computer. All right, one more time because the computer got in the way.
All right, if this lands straight up, that means Tom has to do the wood tomorrow. Dang it.
Oh, no.
Son of a mother. All right, that's not tomorrow, not the next day, but the next day, but the day.
All right,
It's on Sunday. All right, if this lands straight up, you can do it on Monday.
Okay,
Stop, just
so next week,
stop it.
on Tuesday, Tom has to do the firewood. Get out.
Stop it.
Oh, now he's getting aggressive.
Oh!
Oh!
Next week by Wednesday, you have.
Man, he just threw it away.